Wow, feels so weird shooting a YouTube video. I haven't done it in so long. But yeah, man, Happy New Year, guys. I hope it's not too late to say that, seeing as we're going into the 3rd week of January. But anyways, it's the first month of 2023, and the Manifestation Warriors are back with their methods on how to achieve all your goals and take over the world, including me. So in this video, I'm going to be reflecting on my 2022 goals, i.e. what went right, what went wrong, my mindset and strategy for 2023. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'll share some of my 2023 goals as well. You know, kind of put it out into the universe, raw manifestation style. Big caveat, this is how I'm setting my goals for 2023. But hopefully you should learn a thing or two at your own risk. Anyways, in 2022, I had an endless list of goals. Small ones, big ones, ambitious ones. And they were all split across like various different categories in a nice, fancy, aesthetic Notion template. Did I achieve most of them? Let's find out. I had goals split across ventures, finances, career, personal development, faith, relationship, random shit, health. So if we look at ventures, so as you guys know, I run a platform called Beyond Education, which is dedicated to helping individuals access early career opportunities in the working world. And when we click into Beyond Education, said I was going to host at least one virtual event a month, which we did. We hosted 9 virtual events. So we didn't quite achieve that goal, but, you know, shy of it by like 3, but that's still decent. Said I was going to launch an ambassador program, a campus associate program. Didn't end up doing that because it just wasn't really the priority. Said we would launch an associate program. Didn't do that as well because it wasn't really a priority. Said we were going to launch a Slack community for our members. We actually did that, but we just did Discord instead. So I tick that. Launch a salary insights project. So basically, context behind this goal, I'm trying to basically create like a database where people can access salaries across various different industries. I started doing this in the form of these like videos I do where I interview professionals and I say, what do you do for a living? How much do you earn? So we kind of like soft launched that. So I'm going to take that as a win. Launch a CV listing capability on our website. So if you go onto the Beyond Education website, if you're a member, you can access like CVs from industry professionals and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So that's quite pleased with that, actually. I'll dedicate a full day at least once a month to my baby girl, whatever that means. And then lastly, get back to my maintenance weight of 80 kg. We didn't achieve that. I'm like 94 kg now, but I've like put on like a significant amount of muscle. As you guys can see, I'm blamming it, you know what I'm trying to say? So I actually did better than I thought, and I'm being 100% honest when I say to you guys that this is the first time I've opened this document since January 2022. And you know I'm not capping because you can see that the next review date says 26th of March 2022. And if I had been opening it throughout the year, that date would have been changing. And I think there's just a couple of things I realized about myself when it comes to this whole goal setting thing. For starters, I don't like unnecessary admin. I think I just got a bit of FOMO because I saw everyone having their pretty ass vision boards and Notion templates. So I was like, bet, like, I'm going to do one as well. But I just never checked it once. And that's not because I was scared of being behind on my goals, because as you can clearly see, like I did quite well, to be honest. But it's because life just be lifing. And what I mean by this is that I was so busy actually achieving my goals and being involved in so much shit in 2022 that the last thing on my mind is,
oh yeah, I need to check my Notion template and tick off things that I'm achieving.
Because to me, that's just admin and I just don't have time for that. Like, I'm not a fan and I just don't like doing admin. These fancy vision boards and aesthetic templates do not necessarily help you achieve your goals. And I think that's what people need to realize. In my opinion, they do 2 things. Number one, it's sentimental. I.e. when you open up that vision board and you tick off a goal you've achieved, I can't lie, it feels kind of good. It's like a sense of validation. Now, one thing about me, though, is I'm not really a sentimental person. And my validation comes from the reality of actually achieving my goals rather than ticking a box on a vision board. No offense to anyone that does it, but that's just me. And then number 2, these aesthetic templates, they're just a simple visual reminder. It's not magic. Like, if you're not actively putting in the work, you can check that vision board 1,000 times. The goal won't achieve themselves. I also feel like we don't really need reminders because life dictates what you're going to achieve, regardless of what you have written down on your vision board. And what I mean by this is that there were so many things that I achieved last year that it wasn't even on my agenda to achieve, like, but it just happened because that's just what life wanted to happen. Like, for example, I got paid to do social media campaigns. Never in my life did I think that that would be a thing that I would be doing. I secured partnerships for my business with Beyond Education. I grew my TikTok account. I used to clown people for being on TikTok. TikTok was never on the agenda, but all of a sudden, like, you know, I started going viral on TikTok. My business, Beyond Education, we gained 1,000 members on our website. Like, that to me, mind-blowing. That 1,000 people wanted to sign up to our website. You know, I got invited to podcasts. I got invited to speaking engagements at school. These were things that I didn't write down as goals that I wanted to achieve. And I think the last one that just blew my mind is that I got nominated for Influencer of the Year for a TikTok account that I didn't even plan on actually growing or doing anything with. These were not things that I set out to achieve, but they happened. And why is that? Because as we were progressing through the year, life realigned my focus to double down on social media, mainly TikTok and LinkedIn. And that just happened, which led me to being presented with all these opportunities and all these achievements. And that's just a long-winded way of saying that life does whatever it wants, regardless of whatever goals you have planned. So that's ultimately like one of my takeaways from 2022. And it's kind of the mindset I'm taking into 2023, that regardless of all these goals that you set, like, the year's gonna happen. Like, and shit that's meant to happen will happen. So with that being said, for 2023, I'm ditching the fancy vision boards and going for a more simplistic approach, because I realized that that's just who I am. Like, I don't really like complicated stuff. And what does that look like in practice? Well, this year, I'm only setting one goal for myself, just one goal. And the mindset I want to adopt this year is relentless focus. And it's easier to do that when you're putting your efforts towards one thing, as opposed to an endless list of goals across various different categories. Because to me, that's just all too much pressure for me personally. It's just too much for me. Now, obviously, when you're basing your entire 2023 on one goal, it has to be a pretty ambitious one. And I'd like to think it is. Some might even call it unrealistic. I've also put in place additional things to accompany this one goal. And that's habits and that I want to adopt and skills that I want to learn. And these will be contributing factors to that one goal I'm planning on achieving. The thing is, like, people write out an exhaustive list of all these ambitious goals that they want to achieve, but then they forget that habits and skills is what's going to turn you into the right person to actually achieve these goals. That's pretty much the strategy and mindset this year. One big goal, and a bunch of habits and skills to follow, basically, to achieve this big goal. And it's kind of like, you know, my focus is just, boom, I'm going to focus this whole year on that goal. You know, like, when I think about the mindset I'm in this year, a few words to kind of describe what I want my year to look like is, you know, a year of relentless focus, and a year of exploration as well. And that's really what it's about for me, to be honest. And, you know, again, this is how I'm doing things this year. But I ultimately just think if I focus my efforts on, like, one goal, I can really win big. So that's basically the plan. But anyways, if you've made it to the end of the video, you must be super nosy and want to know what I got planned for 2023. So here goes. So I recently decided to take the leap and quit my corporate job at the end of last year. More of that is going to be in a future video. But with that being said, I'm now full-time on my business with Beyond Education, which is essentially a recruitment firm dedicated to connecting underrepresented talent to early career opportunities with inclusive employers. And I have a revenue target that I want to hit this year with the business, which I'm kind of keeping secret at the moment because I'm not really comfortable sharing that just yet. That's pretty much the only goal I'm focused on this year. And, you know, I'm going to be doubling down on all my efforts and everything I'm doing to basically hit this goal. So, you know, there's no other list of, like, I want to achieve this goal and that goal. This is literally the one goal. And I'm literally going to, like, I'm basically going to commit, like, you know, a year of my life towards it. So that's pretty much the vibe. The skills that I want to learn. So I want to master sales. Like, I want to be a very, very good salesperson. This is kind of the field and arena that I want to step into next. So literally, like, I'm always pitching to companies now about, like, you know, buying into, like, what Beyond Education is doing, allowing us to recruit for them and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm kind of trying to learn, and it's contributing towards my bigger goal of basically hitting our revenue target. I also want to learn copywriting as well. And that's just because, like, I'm really active on LinkedIn. And again, it all links back to Beyond Education. The reason why I copyright on LinkedIn is to kind of, like, talk about all the things that we do at Beyond Education, like how we're experts at recruiting early career talent and so on and so forth. So, like, all these companies can, like, you know, end up working with me. When I copyright as well on LinkedIn, like, a lot of people, like, a lot of, like, talent, you know, follow me as well. They buy into what Beyond Education is doing. So again, it's contributing towards that bigger goal. And then the last thing I want to just, like, you know, master is, like, you know, really doubling down on content creation. And again, it's all linked to this big goal. the reason why I'm even in a position to be able to kind of take this move is because of the amount of attraction I've got from creating content online and, you know, being able to attract talent and get that traffic to sign up to be on education and to get opportunities. So again, it's all contributing towards the bigger goal. So that's like in terms of skill set, what I'm really looking to learn. And I guess you could kind of boil it down to just sales and marketing. You know, copywriting and content creation is pretty much marketing, you know, and then sales is just sales. So that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, man, that's what 2023 looks like for me, guys. If you stayed to the end of the video, I really, really appreciate you. I thank you guys for, like, you know, the few people that kind of tune into my videos and watch my videos, even though I haven't been consistent on YouTube. I'm very grateful for it. You can follow me on TikTok. I'm pretty much very, very active there. And yeah, man, till next time, I'll catch you guys. Deuces.